Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we've got even more Pikachu to talk about. Yesterday, we talked about Flying Pikachu V Max, and Surfing Pikachu V Max, and Pikachu V Union. Well, honestly, there were too many Pikachu revealed yesterday, alright? We did the best we could, but I don't want to do like a 10-minute video which just glosses over all of them. I want to tell you about these cards, why they're cool, how we're likely to be getting them, whether they're playable, etc. So, had to be done, ladies and gentlemen. Had to be done. So, with all of that borne in mind, what do we have here? Well, there are 3 more Pikachu we haven't talked about yet. And let's start off talking about the most playable, but certainly artistically least interesting of them, but it is a playable card. It is Pikachu V. And this might look a little bit familiar. If it doesn't, maybe this image will help. You see, a few days ago, I showed you this Pikachu. Well, that's a lie. A little while ago, a week or two ago, I showed you this 25th anniversary golden box. And then a few days ago, we did a video specifically about this Pikachu. And I told you, and I meant it incidentally, as no hyperbole or clickbait, that it was better than the other Pikachu V, and it is. It is the best Pikachu V we've seen so far, and at the time, the only way we knew how to get it was the gold version in that golden box, which was going to be, frankly, very, very expensive. Well, the good news, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is that Pikachu. Now, it's obviously not as cool because it's not literally gold, but that doesn't really matter for the moment. It's still extremely cool. Now, in terms of playability, free energy, 210, 30 to itself. I translated this myself. I am absolutely delighted. I checked with Antoine Boulet, so I'm not an idiot, but it's cool. The thing is, 210 will get a lot of relevant Pokemon V, and then you add a Vitality Band and go up to 220, and it will get basically all of them. This is a really, really cool card, and if you want to play a Pikachu V Max deck, this is your best option in terms of Pikachu V. It's a very cool card. It's one I'm honestly a pretty big fan of. I love it. Okay, cool. There we go. But how are we going to be getting it? Well, in Japan, it is part of their 28-card set. Remember, at the moment, we got this awkward thing whereby Celebrations is a 45-card set, plus the 25-card mini set, more on that in a moment. Whereas over in Japan, they have a 28-card set, plus a 25-card mini set, which is completely separate. We'll get there in a moment. So, here, this is card number 20 out of 28. This is a card which is in the main Japanese set. I do not believe it will be in our main set. And the reason is, we've seen the Pikachu V Max figure collection. Now, we've talked about this a little bit already, and incidentally, I didn't have this information before. I do have this information now. So we've always known it had a promo Pikachu V. The information has always been that it comes with an etched foil promo card featuring Pikachu V Max, 1 foil promo card featuring Pikachu V, a supersized Gigantamax Pikachu, 8 Celebrations 4-card boosters, and 3 additional boosters. Well, I told you a couple of times when we've looked at this that the Pikachu V Max promo is going to be the Pikachu Wants a Hug that we've already had in a couple of other places. Japan, Indonesia, etc. Well, we didn't know what the Pikachu V was, so I didn't give you much of a prediction because I didn't have much of a prediction to give. Well, the thing is, we have already seen that Pikachu V Union is in the main Japanese set, but it is a promo over here. That is to say, you get it in the Celebrations Collection Pikachu V Union. There is, I suppose, a possibility that it is in that box and can be pulled from the main set, but just to be clear, that is not the way Pokemon tends to work, so expect Pikachu V Union to not be in our main set, and I don't think we should expect this to be in our main set either. Yes, it is in Japan's equivalent of Celebrations. No, I don't think it is in ours. I think it's going to be exclusive to the Celebrations Pikachu Premium Figure Collection. I could be wrong about that, but we know it's in there, or at least we as good as know it's in there. And Pokemon do not make a habit of making promos for a set and then putting those promos in the set normally. That's just not the way Pokemon work. So frankly, it should only be available in that set and the gold version in the Ultra Premium collection, bearing in mind, this is the best Pikachu V so far. It's going to be awkward to get. In Japan, easier because it's in the main set. Not so over here. Now, one card that is in the main set in Japan, and I think it's fair to say will be in the main set over here as well, is just Pikachu. Just an ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill Pikachu card. It's not a V. It's not a V Max. It's not a V Union. It is just Pikachu. And after the craziness of all the Pikachu cards I've been showing you lately, there's something kind of beautiful about just having a Pikachu. Of course, it is very, very clearly a remake of the original Mitsuhiro Arita Pikachu. Firstly, it's got the same art, although obviously it's a full art. Secondly, it's drawn by Mitsuhiro Arita. Now, one thing I really like, on this full art, we can really clearly see there is a Parasect peeking out from behind a tree. There is a little blur on base set Pikachu. Has it been there all along? Has that always been a Parasect? I don't know. It's nice to think, though. And obviously, we don't need a translation here. Single energy, 10 damage. 2 energy, flip a coin. If tails, Pikachu does 10 damage to itself. I know just enough Japanese now to know that is the same attack. It is flip a coin, and if tails, you do 10 damage to yourself. It's not a good or playable card, which is sad, because the only previous card we'd actually seen from the collection proper, the main Celebration set, not a promo, was Mew, and Mew is a well-playable card. This Pikachu is not. Now, also, we've now seen a few cards from the Japanese set, and we've seen V-Union, we've seen Vs and V-Maxes, and we've seen a really playable Mew that isn't full art, and a really unplayable Pikachu, which is a full art. So Celebration seems to be a little over the place, and I love this. I do believe that this will be in our main Celebration set, because I am not aware of a regular Pikachu promo that we should have. So, yeah. This is pretty gosh darn cool, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty gosh darn cool. Speaking of pretty gosh darn cool, Birthday Pikachu is back! Yay! Now, this is in the 25 card mini set, and this one is far easier to figure out in terms of how we're getting it. Because in Japan, they have a separate mini set, whereby you buy 4 packets of the set, and you get one of these packs that has 1 card in. And there's also in some other products. We have a 25 card mini set, which is just going to be in Celebrations booster packs. It's just going to be kind of slipped in with everything else. So, presumably in some, but not all packs, you'll also get some of this extra 25 card mini set. And it is overwhelmingly likely that our 25 card mini set is the same as Japan's 25 card mini set. And this is going to be in there. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Now, as a quick side note here, yes, there is a space for you to write your name in. So this will be Wassie's Pikachu. No, you absolutely should not ever write your name on this. Unless you get multiples of them, in which case that's cool. Also, just to be clear, have fun. Yeah, doesn't actually matter. If it's for your kid and you want to write their name on it, go for it. It'll wreck the value, but this set is going to be collected and everyone's going to be grading it. So these cards are never going to achieve the value people think they're going to. Now, Birthday Pikachu was actually a promo a long time ago. It was one of the original Wizards of the Coast Black Star promos. And what's really cool, although Japan did get Birthday Pikachu, they also got a second Birthday Pikachu. Same card, different artwork, essentially. Now, the old card was kind of cool, wasn't tournament legal. If it's not your birthday, you just do 30 damage. If it is, you flip a coin, and if heads, it goes up to 80. Tails, it stays at 30. So this is very cool. It's not going to be tournament legal. I'm assuming that the new Birthday Pikachu is the same as the old one. I mean, look, here's a Japanese new one. And here's the Japanese old one. I mean, that looks exactly the same, doesn't it? That's the same attack. It's clearly the same attack. So, it's a cool card. One thing I should mention, and the rule with celebrations is very, very clear, look for the regulation mark. This doesn't have a regulation mark, it's not tournament legal. Whereas the full art Pikachu I showed you does have a regulation mark and therefore is, and the Pikachu V I showed you does have a regulation mark and therefore is. Those two are legal. This birthday Pikachu isn't. And incidentally, we know the 25 card mini set is not going to be tournament legal. It is essentially just reprints of old cards. The only other one we've actually seen is Venusaur. So we've now seen 2 of the 25. They are Venusaur and birthday Pikachu. They look amazing. They're stamped. They're very, very hollow. And they seem to be bringing back iconic cards of the past. I, for one, am absolutely stoked to see some more of these 25th anniversary mini set cards. Though we are going to have to wait, unfortunately, and that makes me sad. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all 3 of these Pikachu cards, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.